Brainwashing or mind control is a manipulative tactic used to influence someone's thoughts, beliefs, or actions. The term might sound dramatic, often associated with science fiction or espionage movies, but brainwashing is very real and can occur in subtle, everyday contexts. From cults and political organizations to advertisements and personal relationships, attempts to influence your thinking are more common than you may realize. But why would someone try to brainwash you? What do they hope to achieve, and how do these manipulative tactics work? Let's explore these questions and uncover the truth behind why someone might be attempting to manipulate your mind. What is brainwashing? Brainwashing, also referred to as coercive persuasion, involves psychological manipulation to change a person's beliefs or behavior. It typically occurs through repetitive tactics such as isolation, emotional pressure, or fear. The goal of brainwashing is often to make the target comply with the manipulator's agenda, whether it's joining a cult, buying a product, or adopting a specific ideology. Brainwashing is a slow and deliberate process. It involves breaking down an individual's sense of self, instilling doubt, and then rebuilding their identity to align with the manipulator's desires. People who are brainwashed often don't realize it's happening until it's too late. This makes understanding the motives behind brainwashing and recognizing the signs crucial for protecting yourself. To exploit you for financial gain. One of the most common reasons people try to brainwash others is for financial gain. Scammers, cult leaders, and even manipulative employers use brainwashing tactics to control their victims and gain access to their resources. For example, cults often target vulnerable individuals, convincing them to donate large sums of money to the organization in exchange for spiritual enlightenment or protection. Pyramid schemes and multi-level marketing companies, MLMs, use similar tactics, preying on people's desire for financial freedom. By creating a sense of community and offering promises of wealth, they lure individuals into investing time and money into something that benefits the manipulators at the top. Brainwashing for financial gain can also occur in personal relationships. A manipulative partner might isolate you from your friends and family, creating dependency so they can control your finances or take advantage of your resources to push a political or religious agenda. Political and religious brainwashing has existed for centuries. Totalitarian regimes, cults, and extremist groups often use propaganda and coercion to control the beliefs of their followers. These organizations aim to recruit people who will follow their ideology without question, sometimes even to the point of violence. For instance, political propaganda uses repetitive messaging, emotional appeals, and fear tactics to convince people to support a particular leader or cause. Social media has made it even easier for these messages to spread, with algorithms amplifying polarizing content that captures attention and influences opinions. Religious brainwashing works similarly, often preying on people during vulnerable times in their lives. Some extremist groups use isolation, guilt, and fear of eternal punishment to convert and control their followers. The goal is to create unwavering loyalty, ensuring that the individual acts in alignment with the group's objectives to gain power and control. At its core, brainwashing is often about power and control. Manipulative individuals or organizations seek to dominate others by reshaping their beliefs, making them easier to control. This can happen in personal relationships, workplaces, or larger societal contexts. In abusive relationships, for example, a partner might use gaslighting, a form of psychological manipulation, to make you question your perceptions and reality. Over time, this tactic erodes your confidence and makes you more dependent on the abuser. They might also isolate you from your support system, ensuring that their influence is the only one you rely on. Employers or bosses can also use brainwashing tactics to maintain control over their employees. By creating a toxic work culture where dissent is discouraged, they ensure compliance and loyalty. Workers in such environments often feel trapped, believing they have no choice but to conform, to silence your voice. Brainwashing can also be used to suppress dissent or silence those who speak out against injustice. Governments, organizations, and even individuals sometimes target people who threaten their authority or disrupt the status quo. For instance, whistleblowers who expose corruption or wrongdoing often face smear campaigns designed to discredit them. By manipulating public opinion, those in power can isolate and silence their critics. In personal relationships, a manipulative partner might brainwash you into believing that your opinions or feelings don't matter. Over time, this can make you feel powerless, ensuring that you remain compliant and avoid challenging their behavior to fulfill personal or emotional needs. Sometimes, People try to brainwash others not for financial or political reasons, but to fulfill their own emotional needs. This is often the case with narcissistic individuals who seek admiration and validation from others. Narcissists are skilled manipulators who use tactics like love bombing, gaslighting, and guilt to control those around them. They thrive on having people in their lives who cater to their needs and boost their egos. By brainwashing their victims into believing they're indispensable, narcissists create a dynamic where the victim feels compelled to stay, even in the face of abuse. Parents can also unintentionally brainwash their children, instilling certain beliefs or behaviors to meet their emotional needs. For example, a parent might pressure their child to pursue a specific career or lifestyle to fulfill their own dreams or maintain a certain family image, to create loyalty or dependence. Some individuals or groups use brainwashing to create extreme loyalty or dependence. This is common in cults, gangs, and extremist groups, where members are encouraged to see the group as their sole source of identity and support. By isolating members from the outside world and promoting an us versus them mentality, these groups foster dependence and loyalty. Members are often told that leaving the group will result in dire consequences, such as social ostracism, spiritual damnation, or physical harm. Even in less extreme scenarios, brainwashing can be used to create dependence in personal relationships or workplaces. A manipulative boss might convince you that you're unqualified to work anywhere else, ensuring that you stay loyal to the company. To achieve social or peer influence, brainwashing isn't always about grand schemes or sinister motives. It can also occur in social or peer contexts. People often manipulate others to conform to social norms, fit into a group, or adopt certain behaviors. For example, peer pressure is a form of brainwashing that occurs in everyday life. Friends or colleagues might pressure you to engage in activities you're uncomfortable with, using tactics like guilt or exclusion to influence your decisions. Over time, this can lead to a shift in your values or behavior to align with the group's expectations. Social media also plays a significant role in shaping our beliefs and behaviors. Algorithms amplify certain messages, creating echo chambers that reinforce specific viewpoints. This subtle form of brainwashing can influence how we see the world, often without us even realizing it, to escape accountability. Finally, people might try to brainwash you to avoid taking responsibility for their actions. This is common in abusive relationships, where manipulators use tactics like gaslighting to make you question your reality. For example, an abuser might deny wrongdoing or blame you for their behavior, making you feel as though you're at fault. Over time, this erodes your confidence and creates a dynamic where the abuser avoids accountability while maintaining control over the relationship. How to protect yourself from brainwashing. Recognizing the signs of brainwashing is the first step to protecting yourself. Look out for tactics like isolation, guilt, fear, and repetitive messaging. If you suspect someone is trying to manipulate you, seek support from trusted friends, family, or professionals. It's also important to stay grounded in your values and beliefs. Reflect on your identity, set boundaries, and question messages that seem designed to control or influence you. By staying vigilant, you can resist manipulation and maintain your independence. Brainwashing might seem like something out of a spy movie, but it's a very real and pervasive tactic. Whether it's for financial gain, power, or emotional needs, people have countless reasons for trying to manipulate others. By understanding these motives and learning to recognize the signs, you can protect yourself and stay in control of your mind and your life.